Hey guys, welcome back to the I Don't Even Know podcast. I'm Em. I hope you're doing well. Today, I'm here for the All-American series finale, or All-American Homecoming series finale, season 3, episode 13. We made it, and I stand by the fact that this should not have been the series finale. They should have seen this episode and we need to add one more because we did not get the fucking closure we should have had. We did not get it. It was, I think it might just be my opinion, I didn't like it. Overall it was fine. I was good with some things. I accepted it by the end of it. At 10 minutes left, I accepted it. I was like, okay, shit is not gonna get wrapped up. They're gonna just do some shit and then call it good. I kind of accepted it, but it doesn't mean I'm not pissed off. This felt like a season finale or the second to last episode. A series finale, it should be wrapping everything up and doing all these things. And yeah, it did in a way, but it also didn't. Something was missing. And I got my end game, so I'm fine there. But now some of these storylines that they did this season, it's a waste. A waste of my fucking time. I watched the whole fucking season, and I know a lot of people didn't. I know a lot of All-American fans, they didn't watch this season, or at least they stopped after a bit. I stayed, and I didn't even get some shit. I got Lando and Simone, which I'm beyond happy for, but there's some stuff I didn't get, and stuff that they had, they made this whole big thing out of, and it didn't go anywhere. For example, Keisha, JR, Cam, and Gabby's situation. First, Gabby wasn't even in this episode. Not sure why I expected her to be. I was just kind of hoping because I love her and I miss her. But that whole thing and the way they ended it, it pisses me off. Yes, I'm happy Keisha finally realized she needs to be single for a bit, focus on herself, go on tour on her own, just figure out life and just succeed. Yes, 100%. She needs to work on herself, be on her own for a bit, 'cause she's not ready for a relationship at this point. And it's she said, she's always been in relationships. She never really had time for herself. So I think it's perfect. That part, yes. But the one thing that pisses me off is all this fucking build-up for JR and Keisha. And they just fucked it all up. And they're okay, yeah, no, never mind. She's just going to stay single. Yes, I love the growth of her realizing she needs to be single and focus on herself and put herself first. But I don't care. You did all this shit this season, put me through it, and had this build up since episode 1 of this season. This whole season you've been building them up, fucking up other relationships. You could have avoided this and have her just step away from Cam and deal with that, and then we would still have JR and Gabby together. You didn't have to do the JR and Keisha thing. That was a waste of my fucking time. Am I the biggest fan of them? No. Do I like them a bit more now? Yeah. Do I like them more than Keisha and Cam now? Probably. But that doesn't mean, what am I even saying? That doesn't mean, I didn't want them to be endgame. I wanted them to be endgame just because of everything they had to put us through with this season, with all the build-up and fucking up friendships, fucking up brotherhood, brother bonds. They fucked it up. And then they're not even going to do anything about it. Cam and Keisha, they kind of needed to break up. It wasn't great. By the end of it, they weren't opening up to each other. It just wasn't going anywhere. Gabby and JR, on the other hand, they were going somewhere. They could have lasted. They had such good potential. They were so cute together. They could have made it if they didn't do this fucking thing. Oh my gosh, I thought she was gonna end up with someone. And like, yeah, by the end of last episode, I thought maybe it would be Cam. And I was opposed to it because of all this build-up. But I would have rather that than her be single because of the build-up. Like, yes, it shows her growth in a way, even though she did cheat and fuck that up. But it's like, you wasted my fucking time all these weeks, literally since July, of me being pissed off every week because JR and Keisha are doing shit, to then lead up to this. Like, if you told me in episode 1 when I was ranting about them potentially becoming a thing that they don't end up together and they cheated on their significant others with each other, like they did all this, they fucked everything up to not even be endgame, I would be fuming. I still am. Because like, you did this, you had me pissed off every week, fucking up friendships. Like, yeah, they kind of are cuter than Cam and Keisha. I would rather them than Cam and Keisha. But still, like, fuck, why did they waste my time? Like, this could have been resolved. Like, have her figure this out on her own. She didn't need to cheat to figure it out. And we didn't need to fuck up JR and Gabby for that. And I was like hoping if they don't end up together, it's both of their decisions. They're like, we need to stay platonic. Like, we were just caught up in a moment. There's nothing going on. But no, JR had feelings for her. He did. He wanted to be with her. And Cam clearly wanted to be with her still, which bro needs to work on himself. Like, I get he loves her, but he shouldn't want to be with her after she cheated on him with one of his brothers. Like, he needs to, I think it's good for him in that way that she just stayed single, because if they got back together, I would be so pissed off, because like, let's not, it's like, he's had all this growth and they're gonna fuck it up over a relationship of a girl that cheated on him, and they were about to do that. It's like fuck. Like, they've really screwed us over with these ships, like doing all this. Like, if you're gonna do shit like this, have them end up together. I don't care how much I like them. Like, literally have them end up together, because you fucked over everything. And you're not gonna piss me off like this. Especially because there was a point I thought that Cam was gonna choose Keisha, and that would have, like I said, that would have pissed me off even more. But like, the dance and the way that everyone, or not everyone, but mainly Lando, kept being like, she's the best thing in your life, or like, you're the best thing in her life, or whatever he said, like, you love her, like, just go for it. Like, Lando, bro, I love you, I do, but no. It's like, he should know. Like, I get what he's trying to do. He wants him to be happy, and he saw like how she was there for him and how he still cares for her. Yes, I get that part. But you should know, you should not push people together like that, especially after someone cheats with your friend. Like, we're not. They're better off without each other. Like, I've honestly liked Cam more in the last few episodes, like when he was kind of stepping away from Keisha and they weren't really together as much, than I did when they were together. I feel like he's better without her, and it'll help him focus on his music more, especially now that he is a recording artist. Like, that we need to focus on. That's what all of his energy, all of his time, maybe not all of his time, he needs time to himself, but you know what I mean. Like, he doesn't need that right now. He needs all the focus on that, because we saw like what they were like at the end of it. Like, before the JR and Keisha thing happened, or he noticed it, we saw how they were like, they were together. It wasn't working out. And like, yeah, we hear from him now saying the reason, like, he didn't want to talk about their personal lives, like, then, and now that they're broken up, and like their personal dreams, is because it's not together anymore, and they were kind of like moving on, like going away from the relationship. Like, I get that, I do, but like, I think it's for the best for him specifically. He needs to focus on himself and like become he's got a record deal. he just needs to focus on that. And then Keisha just needs to focus on touring because she graduated early, or she is graduating early to be able to go on tour, which is incredible. And so they need to focus on that separately. And if they were together, it wouldn't work out. There would be shit all the time. And with like JR and Keisha, I feel like they would have been a bit more solid if they ended up together, because like of the way they always talk to each other throughout the seasons and were there for each other. Just like how JR was there for Keisha about when she found out tour was getting moved up, and he was giving her all these ideas like, go ask your teachers to move up tests, like do all that so you can take your finals and be able to go. Like, he was the one who told her to do that. Like, they communicate so much better than Cam and Keisha really ever did. And so I feel like if they were together, it would have worked better, like with them on tour, because like they're there for each other. They actually communicated. So one thing they did that Cam and Keisha didn't. And also they kind of had chemistry by the end of it, I noticed. But it's also like they actually talked. They communicated. Like, when they started talking at the beginning of the episode, even though it was just her like talking about the tour and him giving her advice, I thought they were gonna end up together because the way he was looking at her. And like, I would have been here for it because I feel bad JR didn't really get a proper ending. I mean, he kind of did. Like, they brought back baseball. Damon's the sponsor for the club team now. Like, we got baseball back in some way, so that's his ending, and he's going to be able to play again, which I'm so happy for him. But the fact that that was his like literally only ending is kind of upsetting. It's like, I want him to be happy, and if he's happy with that, sure, but he wanted to be with Keisha. Like, he literally showed up to the house to find her and tell her and confess his love to her, and so did Cam. So like, I don't even know if I can sense at this point. I'm so tired. It's like, it's such a mess, and it pisses me off. But like, I'm hoping now that she's gone and like she's taking time for herself and they're not gonna get together, that maybe JR and Cam will not forgive each other, but like be better. I mean, okay. Oh my gosh, what I'm saying. JR has no reason to forgive Cam. I mean, Cam didn't do anything wrong, but for JR to forgive Cam and maybe become friends again, or just fix their bond a little bit and be able to talk and not avoid each other anymore. Like, maybe. I don't know. But I really did think Cam and Keisha were getting back together by the end of the episode when I was halfway through because of that damn dance. And like when I went on Twitter during it, because I wanted to know what people were saying about the dance. So I went on there and everyone was saying like, oh my gosh, like they're dancing to My First Love or something. And so that's when it hit me that we're kind of trying to recreate the relationship, and that's what kind of the dance was, or kind of was supposed to be. Because obviously then Lando said that too and kind of pushed Cam to go after her. But okay, am I the only one who didn't know if the dance was good or not? Like, I've talked about this, or at least I did in one of my season 2 episodes before I went on hiatus and was mentally unstable and stopped posting for like 6 months. But I think I said something on there that I used to dance. I danced for a couple years when I was younger. Haven't danced in like 8, 9, 10 years, something like that. I don't know. So I haven't danced in a while. Like, I know some shit. I still know shit, but like not enough. Even though I dance and I know like right from wrong for the most part, and I watch a lot of Dance Moms, like I literally was watching it before I watched this, I don't know if the dance was good or not. Like, I can't tell. Like, personally, I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but it might have been that style. If there's like an actual dancer listening to this, if they know if that was actually good or not, please let me know. It maybe was just them. I don't know. I don't know if they're I mean, I don't think they're professional dancers, but I don't know, something just felt off to me when they were dancing. Might have just been me not understanding it, or it was just the fact that the choreography wasn't good, because I was seeing people on Twitter, like, some people were saying it was good, some people were saying it was shit, so I'm like, like, I don't know, especially because we haven't seen that much dancing this season, which I was kind of okay with, because obviously our main focus was Simone, but I was also sad because I do love seeing anything with the dancing, especially because Keisha changed her major back in season 1, and that was the whole thing. So I would liked how in season 2 we got to see more of it, and I was hoping we would see a bit more this season, and obviously we didn't. But like, I don't know if it was good or not. Like, please let me know. Like, I was fine with it. Like, did we need like the 3 minutes, or how? I mean, it felt like 5. I know it was less than that, but like the 3 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes of the dance, did we need to see that whole thing? No. I would have been fine with like a minute. I didn't need to see the whole thing because I don't care about them. Like, all I cared about was Lana with Simone this episode. Literally, the only reason I was excited for this episode was because of Lana with Simone. Because first of all, I don't want the show to really end, because I love Simone and I love some of the characters, some of them I don't. But like, I don't want it to end for that. So I wasn't excited, but then I was excited for them, and praise the Lord, because we actually got it. Like, I might be pissed off about JR and Keisha and Cam thing, and like that whole relationship thing and the way that went, but I'll forgive them because they gave me Lando and Simone. Like, there was a point this episode where I was stressed the fuck out because I did not think we were gonna get them. I thought they were gonna go back to Damon and Simone because, you know, it's always been them, or like that's what they always claimed, which technically, yes, it was them at the beginning, but just because you meet them at first and like it's kind of like the beginning of the story is their love story doesn't mean they're always endgame. Like, let's think about Damon and like Elena from Vampire Diaries. I mean, first of all, spoilers if you want to skip through this part if you haven't seen it and plan on it. First of all, highly recommend. But as we know, if you watched it, it started off with Stefan and Elena, even though technically Damon met her first. But you know, what we saw was it started with Stefan and Elena. It was their love story. And it quickly turned into the Delana love story, one of the best love stories ever told on television. Like, let's be real. Like, forever in my heart, they will forever be there. Like, come on, second favorite ship of all time. They're insane. It's like, so I think about that. It's like, because this love story at the start of the show is theirs, doesn't mean that they're always gonna be endgame. Like, sometimes, yes, like, it makes sense. Like, for example, Olivia and Spence, it's always been them. It was always them from the start. And we, like, got, like, people in between, and, like, there were other people getting in the way, and they tried other relationships. It didn't work out. And then, at the end, they ended up together. And that's what I was kind of worried was going to happen with Damon and Simone. I almost said Elena, oh my gosh. Because it was them, like, first episode, it was them, and they broke up Jordan and Simone for them to get together, which obviously I'm happy about. But, like, it was them from the first episode. Like, we knew this since the backdoor pilot, season 3, episode 17 of All American. We knew that it was going to be them. And so that's why I was worried. Because of all that build-up, usually you expect it. But then I was thinking, because like they already got together, they broke up, and everything happened with Lando and Simone, they weren't going to have all that build-up for Lando and Simone to fuck it up that much and be like, okay, never mind, we're going to let Damon and Simone be in game. Like, that's not something they would do. Or actually, I know I should not say that because the writers are actually insane. And I see the shit they did with Olivia. So, like, I'm, like, probably wrong when I say that, but, like, they could have done it. But I was like, if they do it, it would be one of the dumbest things they've done, because you do all this build up. You say Simone has been trying to tell Lando she loves him. He's been in love with her. She's in love with him now. She knows. She's trying to tell him. And then shit keeps getting in the way. And then this man shows up. And it's like, oh, like, I want to be with you now. Like, I'm back. Like, let's go. Like, no. And also, like, the people, I don't even know who it was. It was either Keisha or Nate who, like, pushing her. I mean, like, all the reasons you and Damon broke up are gone now. So, like, maybe, and same with Amara, because Amara's saying, like, maybe you're unsure now because Damon's back. Like, X is coming back and fucking things up. Okay, like, yeah, sometimes it can. But, like, she knows. She loves Lando. It's Lando. Like, can everyone shut the fuck up? Like, when they do shit like that, I'm always like, okay, we're fucked. Because, of course, they're bringing it up. So it's most likely going to happen. Like, I was so nervous, especially when she put together that little dinner, and, like, Lando was so excited about it, had, like, his gift ready for her, and we didn't even get to see her fucking reaction to it. And, like, he was talking to not Lando, oh my gosh, Cam, he was so excited. Like, we never see him this excited unless he's talking about Simone or to her. Like, he's so in love with her. It's crazy. Like, when he walked in to, like, her little setup and he saw them talking, I was like, oh my gosh. Like, well, first off, I was like, Damien, get the fuck out of here. I know you want to talk to her, but, like, now is not the time to get out. Because I feel like he knew, obviously, Damon was back because he saw. And he was the only person who wasn't thrilled to see him, which I get. Completely understand because of everything. I was like, he's going to be jealous. Like, I knew it. Like, it had to happen some way. But I think before he actually saw them talk, he was maybe like, okay, like, no, like, she's fine. Like, we're, you know, like, I didn't think he thought much of it until he actually saw it and was like, and saw how she was with him and how she was, like, smiling, laughing. Even though it didn't mean anything, they're just friends now. I get it. Like, I get where he's coming from. Like, that looked bad. And it looked like they have some unresolved feelings. Like, it looks like she wants to still be with him. Obviously, he wants to be with her. And, like, that's what he kind of wanted to talk to her about. But thankfully did not. But, like, I'm happy Simone went out there and was like, no, like, I love you. And gave him that whole fucking speech. And I was like, okay, we're fine. And then he said no. Instead of, like, he didn't believe her or whatever the fuck he said. And shot her down. And I remember, and then of course I went into commercial break and I was sitting there like, so we're not getting them. I was like, fuck, okay. Like, yeah, we had like 30 minutes or I think 30 minutes left after that. So it's like maybe, but I kind of just came to the conclusion that they are pissing me off and they're just not going to do it. Especially when Lando came to find her at Noah's appointment and was like, you've been avoiding me. I'm like, yeah, dude, what did you expect? You shot her down. Like, she confessed her love for you and you, like, I don't believe you. Like, no. Like, what did you think she was going to do? Like, yeah, I don't blame her for, like, avoiding. I feel like I would too. And, like I get he was just trying to, like, protect his feelings so he didn't want to be hurt again because that fucked him up. I get it, but, like, he should have just told her when she told him. Like, yes, the way he confessed his feelings for her was gorgeous, and we'll get into that in a second, but I think, like, yes, it was for the drama of it and to, like, hint at Damon and Simone maybe getting back together, But it was a waste of fucking time. They could have cleared so many other things if they didn't do that. Like, the fact I barely got Lando and Simone together as a couple. Like, we're never gonna see them as a couple. Because they waited so fucking long to get them to confess. Like, 10 minutes left. And, like, when who was it? When Cam talked to him Lando talked to Cam about Keisha, kind of motivated him to be like, okay, let's go. And he texted Simone, and when she popped up, I was like, okay, 10 minutes left. If we don't confess now, I'm literally turning off the TV, and I'm just not going to finish this episode because I literally can't. I couldn't do it. Like, I hate when shows wait like the last second to get couples together. I get it's for a build-up and stuff, but it's the final episode of the show. I've been wanting them together since season 2. I'm sick of this shit. Like, this is not what I signed up for. I signed up for them to get together in episode, the latest 10. I did not sign up to get them together in the final fucking episode with 10 minutes remaining. So I get a love confession, I get a kiss, I see her happy, I see them hug, and that's it. Like, all this build-up for barely any fucking thing. Like, don't get me wrong, the confession was stunning. Like, he really full out gave a whole presentation about himself, had pictures, and then so, like, his life was empty until, like, she showed up and, like, made it, filled that space with beauty and joy or whatever. I think it was something like that. I melted. Yes. Was it late? Yes, but, like, that was when he said, I wanted to die. Like, this is all I've been waiting for. And it didn't even hit as hard as I wanted it to because it was so close to the end. But it still did hit. It's like, and the way he looked at her and the way he just, like, talks to her, it, like, makes me want to die because he is so in love with her. So in love with her. Like, whoever thought her and Damon should be together, like, yeah, I don't want to hate on anyone for, like, people you should be. You can ship your own, whoever the fuck you want. But I'm talking about the characters on here, not, like, in real life. You can ship whoever the fuck you want. I, for the most part, won't judge you unless it's, like, really bad. Because I've seen some concerning things. But, like, on the show, like, the characters, the fact that everyone was like, maybe you have feelings for Damon and there's unresolved. Like, I get that. Like, I get where everyone's coming from because of their history. But I'm also thinking, if I were Simone, I wouldn't give a shit about Damon anymore with the way that man looks at me. Like, the way Lando looks at her, insane. And talks about her and the way he smiles when he talks or thinks about her. It makes me sick to my stomach. Like, if I were someone, I would not give Damon a second thought. I'd be like, you're crazy. I would shut that down so fast. So fucking fast. And she did with Amara, but with Nate and Keisha, she didn't really. And I get because she was upset about what happened, because she went full out, and he didn't believe her and all that. I get it. But if I were her, like, I really would have shut that down and be like, hell no. Like, are you kidding? I would never question that man's love for her and question anything if I was one of Simone's friends. Like, if I was a part of the group, I would literally tell her, fuck what everyone else is saying. You're over Damon. You're in love with Lando now. You should pick him. Like, look at the way he talks about you, or looks at you. Think about the way he talks about you. What he's done for you during this time. Like, maybe if Damon was around and wasn't in the Dominican Republic when she was going through, like, all her cancer, maybe it would be a bit different and I would feel a bit different about it. But I would ship Lando and Simone no matter what. But because like, Lando was there for her throughout this whole thing and saw what she was going through. And even in a relationship with some other girl, and she told him to stay away from Simone, he was still there all the time, being supportive, making sure she was okay. Even though it was kind of hard for him because he obviously had to see Simone with another guy for over a year or however long they dated. Like, he was there for her, like, through everything this season, and really, like, stood up, was there, and, like, really just helped her through everything and made her feel good about herself. Like, the photo shoot, he helped her feel confident. He talked her up. Like, he really was there for her. Like, I'm surprised no one brought that up and was like, you just, like, or told some of the girls, like, shut up, stop talking about Damon. Like, let's think about who has been there for her. Like, yes, it's obviously not Damon's fault he wasn't there for her during the cancer. Like, he was gone. If he was around, he would have been. But you get what I mean. It's like, it was them. And I am beyond thrilled that I got my end game, even though, like I said, it took a little too long for my liking. I'm just happy. I mean, if you like go on my Twitter, you probably figure that out because I was tweeting. I mean, I don't tweet that much about shows that I watch live. Or in general, I occasionally do. I usually just retweet and like shit or reply. But I did like tweet hallelujah or something and tweeted their picture of them kissing because I was that happy. Because I am so serious. I really thought I wasn't gonna get it. I really did. And then, like, after they kissed, I was like, fuck, so this is it. We're not gonna see any more scenes of them. Thankfully, we kind of did at the end with the conference. Like, him hugging her and being there with Amara, being supportive, and the way he looked at her then, too. Like, I literally want to die. Like, oh my gosh. Like, if anyone knows where scene packs are, like, where I can find scene packs of them in season 3, let me know, because I can only find season 2, and I need the season 3 scene packs immediately, like, right now, because I'm about to go crazy with them. Like, are you kidding? Like, the way, like, oh, and the way he smiles, too, just in general, like, he's so hot. Like, I don't blame her. Like, I don't blame her for picking him, for many different reasons, but, like, he's so hot. If you can't tell, like, I'm madly in love with that man. I honestly, I think I said this in another episode, but I think he might be, in my opinion, the most attractive in the All-American universe out of the guys. Don't kill me. Like, don't get me wrong. I love JR. I love Damon, Jordan, Spencer, all of them. I think they're all attractive, but there's something about this man. It's the smile. It has to be the fucking smile. Like, he's gorgeous. Like, I remember when he popped up in season 2, because I don't remember him in season 1 at all. Like, I remember he popped up and I was like, oh my gosh, like, this man is fucking gorgeous. And I haven't been able to stop thinking about him ever since. Like, the whole year, or it was more than a year, but the whole year that we got nothing, and like the whole year in between season 2 and 3, I'm so serious. I thought about that man every day. Like, that's how fine, like, I'm so in love with him, and I'm so happy I got my end game, and I'm happy, because I really was gonna be pissed off through this whole season that they were building this shit up and getting my hopes up for them to fuck it all up. Because I knew with Damon coming back that they were going to do shit. And that's why part of me didn't want him there. Like, of course, I wanted him because I do love Damon. And I did used to ship Simone and Damon. Like, I did kind of ship them in season 1. I was back and forth. Like, I wasn't 100%. But I kind of did, of course, until Lando showed up. And then that was out the water. But, like, I still love Damon as a character. And, like, him on his own. And of course, I'm sad that he was gone this season because I felt like something was missing. But I'm also like, if they didn't do that, Lando and Simone probably wouldn't have been together, and they would have, like, done we would have seen Damon and Simone together as a couple, because we didn't. Which, I mean, here's the thing. As much as, like, I didn't want them together because I was rooting for Simone and Lando, I'm mad we didn't get to see, like, them almost at all as a couple, because all that build up for the first 2 seasons to the nothing, that kind of pissed me off. Especially, I felt bad for, like, the hardcore Damone people who have been there since the beginning, because they've been wanting it, and they got an episode of them together barely, and they literally broke up in that episode. But anyways, back to Damon in this episode. Like, I knew with him coming back, they were going to, like, there was going to be some shit, and there was going to be a chance that I was not going to get my end game. So, like, that's why I kind of didn't want him to come back. I was like, yes, we need him, because he's, like, the main, like, they said he's a reoccurring character, even though he only was in this season twice. It's like, obviously he was going to be in the finale. I knew that. But I didn't want it. Like, I was back and forth, because yes, I love him, but then I knew it was going to cause some shit, and I thought him coming back would be the only reason that Lando and Simone don't get together. And like I said earlier, it's because it was always, or basically always, Damon and Simone, or had been, it was them at first. And, like, that's where the story started. So that's why I was like, let's not, especially with the trailer, because she, like, admitted last episode that she loved Lando and had been trying to tell him this whole episode, and, like, last episode as well. And with him popping up, I was like, okay, well, we are fucked. Like, we're screwed. Like, it's just over. Because I really thought the only reason he was going to come back was because of the finale, but, like, in the show, it was going to be because of the Simone, like, steroid rumor. I really thought it was just going to be that. I'm happy it wasn't, because that would have pissed me off, because then I feel like that really would have made them get back together, maybe. Like, I'm happy he came back for the team, and I'm happy he's supporting the team, and he's obviously in the MLB now, which I'm thrilled for, especially because we didn't get to see it, and I was going to be pissed off if him doing all that and going off to play and not even make it in the MLB by the end of the show was going to piss me off, because, like, I mean, we deserved to see a bit more of him this season and see him playing. I know I don't know for a fact if it's because of the budget. Most likely it is, which, I mean, thankfully they kind of pulled it out this episode to get everyone together, because we got to see everyone, which, like, made me happy, because I missed everyone together. You know, like, I liked seeing Damon, like, in the family together, even though Lando wasn't there. I liked seeing their, like, little celebration for Tim returning, everyone coming together for Noah at the evaluation, which I am still a bit pissed off that they made that a whole storyline to not address it last episode and then address it quickly in this episode. Like, yes, I'm happy it was nothing, because, like, we wouldn't have been able to see it. Like, do I care about Marcus that much? No, basically not at all. But I hate when they do storylines and bring stuff up and be like, oh my gosh, like, blah, 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 and then do nothing with it. Or in the final episode, bring it up and say, oh, yes, this happened, but then it's the final episode, so they can't talk about it, and we can't actually see it. So, like, that's why I'm happy that Noah doesn't have bipolar, or isn't bipolar, but it just pisses me off, like, that build up in that one episode to not talk about it the next, to then talk about it this episode and make it kind of a big deal. But we should be saying bye to the other characters. It shouldn't be about this. Like, Noah was just introduced. I don't hate Noah, but he was just introduced this season. I care about saying goodbye to everyone else. I wanted more closure with Amara and Marcus. Am I the biggest fan of them? No, but I assumed they would be endgame. And she's finally back, and, like, working at the White House helped helped her get like the stuff she needed at Princeton. So like she's most likely coming back. So I assumed we were gonna get some kind of closure with them, like maybe get back together. I mean, we got closure with Crystal and Marcus, which did we really need? No. Like, I'm happy because it will make Noah's life easier, and he's gonna spend summer with Marcus. And like Crystal, of course, is happy she finally, or like she didn't tell. Actually, yeah, but like happy that she actually let him be in his life after 14 years because of the family that he has around them and how supportive they all are, because of course they all showed up to his evaluation, which was cute. But it's like, we could have had all these other scenes. Like, I could have had a good ending for Thea, because I don't know what the fuck she's doing now. Like, we could have seen more. We could have seen more of Nate and Ryan maybe figuring shit out because they broke up, which, like, do I care that much about? No. But I love Nate, and I want her to be happy. And she got into Princeton Law and helped with the whole Ezra storyline, which I'm still shocked that's actually being brought up again, because I thought it was episode 2 and then out the door. But like, it's good because it's a good storyline to talk about. But like, she did everything she had to do with that, and like, I get why Ryan broke up with her, kind of, but it's like, I feel bad for her because she got into Princeton Law. She was getting her happy ending. Like, I mean, if she's happy, that's all that matters. But I kind of wanted her to get into Princeton, stay with Ryan, and get like a good ending. You know? It's like, we were robbed of that. And like, we were also robbed of actually seeing the conference final. Like, okay, first of all, was the final because of what they had a rematch, because of what Simone was apparently on, or everyone thought she was, or something? Because that still confused me. Part of me thought it was that, or like, even though they won the championship, there's also a conference. For any of my tennis people listening, please let me know, and like, let me know, like, if it was always gonna happen no matter what, or if it was because of what happened. But like, with that, we could have, instead of Marcus and Noah and all that, we could have seen someone's match. Like, I thought we were gonna see some of it, and I was so excited because it was a big set. They really like did their thing with that scene. It looked sick, but we didn't even get to see her play. Like, yes, I'm happy she got a good ending. Like, she's with Lando, and like, everyone knows, like, she stood up for herself. Like, she opened up about having cancer because everyone thought she was on steroids, and like, told her story in hopes to like inspire other people and help other people in the future, and like be able to tell the story she did, which was she found it early. She was able to go on with her life, play the sport she loves, and do all that. Like, it's so inspiring, and I wanted to see her actually play. You know, like, yeah, we got to see everyone cheering on for her and like being like so happy for her, and like seeing how like being supportive, like how strong she is. But we still didn't get to see the match. Like, yes, I think it was a great ending for everyone cheering for her after like the interview of her having cancer came out, and everyone finding out that that's what it actually was. Because I also think that will help the documentary they're filming for tennis. But I wanted to see her play. Like, are you kidding? Like, I wanted to see her play in that big court and like in front of all those people. Like, yeah, it was cute because she was saying she didn't want them to judge her, like look at her in a different way, and they didn't. They were just like all so proud of her and happy for her, even the other teams. Like, and like, yes, it was good in that way, but I wanted to see her play. Like, are you kidding? Like, obviously I'm beyond happy that she got her happy ending, because after all the shit she went through this season, she just deserved to be happy. Like, that's all I wanted. But I really did want to see the match, and I was excited for this episode because of the promo for the match, and also because of Lando and Simone. But I remember seeing it in the promo last week, and I was like, oh hell yeah, like this is gonna be sick. Like, we didn't get to see it. I didn't realize we were gonna see it until I checked my watch, and it said it was 7:59, and she hadn't even really walked on the court yet, or she maybe just started, or she didn't, I don't know. It was one of those. But I was like, fuck, so we're not even gonna see her play? Like, I was excited to see her play. Like, this is what pisses me off about some series finales. Like, some of them shouldn't be. Like, this should not have been the series finale. This should have been a mid-season finale, or it honestly should have been the second to last episode. Because, like, last episode kind of did feel like no, it felt like the third to last episode, kind of like figuring shit out, like where the finale is gonna go. And usually with shows it's like that, and then the second to last episode really is wrapping everything up, and then the last episode is, you know, just like finalizing everything, giving them the happy endings they deserve and all that shit. We really didn't get that with anyone. Like, we got it with Keisha, with her going on tour and like passing all her finals and being able to go on tour. We got kind of that with Cam, with him getting a record deal, but then also not, because he didn't end up with the person he wanted to end up with, which that I don't care about. But we kind of got it with him. With Nate, we kind of did with her getting into Bringston Law, but then she also got broken up with, so it's like, like, depends how you look on it. At it, Simone and Lando were the only two people who really got a good ending, like a proper one. Like Damon, not really sure. He kind of did. He's going to MLB, but we didn't get to see much about that. JR, baseball's coming back, so we got that, but he didn't end up with the girl he wanted. Amara did the work she needed to do for Bringston at the White House, so like that's that. Yes, for Marcus, kind of, because his son's gonna stay with him, and also like he didn't pass down bipolar, so it's that. And then with Thea, I don't know what the fuck's going on with Thea, and I think that honestly pissed me off more than anything, because, or one of the things, at least because clearly a lot of things did this episode. It's like, Thea's like my fave girl, obviously after Simone. I adore her, and I've loved her since the first time we saw her, even though she was kind of a bitch. I love bitchy characters, and I've always loved her, and I want to have a good ending. Like, I want to know where she, like, what was gonna happen with her, and like where she's going from here. Like, she, like, earlier, or not even earlier, a couple episodes ago, she was thinking about leaving the circuit, but then she was like, no, I'm gonna stay, I'm gonna do it. To then not even hear like what's going on with her, like how it's going with her. She's just there really to be the friend, which I'm fine with in a way, because that means we can see her, and I like seeing her how her friendships have grown, and like just how much character development she's had, because she's really grown as a person. And I love her and Nate's relationship, like friendship, like it's so cute. But I would have liked to see more. Like, they could have done so much more if they had one more episode. Like, make this the second to last episode, then let us finish the match next and like have a good time. Like, I don't know, I would have been so much happier if they did that, because I deserved a better ending, and it's over. Like All American had a better season 6 finale than, and like, or if season 6 was the finale, that's a better series finale than this. And it obviously it's not, which it kind of was in a way, because we were saying goodbye to like the two leads, but still, even if we didn't, it was 10 times better. It would have been, like, overall with finales, it was way better than this and felt more official than this. So, I don't know. I'm pissed off. We're done here. Like, honestly, at this point, I'm just happy Simone and Lando were endgame, and Simone's happy. That's literally all I'm happy about, because, I mean, I got it. At least I got my endgame. So, hallelujah for that. But everything else was a trash. And we're most likely not going to see anyone. Like, I think the only person we might see is Cam, if Layla is going back to producing, or like with her label next episode, or not next episode, in season 7. So maybe we'll see her for that. But other than that, it's the end, because I don't see how anyone would show up in Beverly Hills or Crenshaw. So it's the end of an era. I mean, with this show at least, even though All American obviously is still going on for at least one more season, most likely one more season, with everything going on, it's for sure getting canceled. So we're really ending. But it just really is the end of the era because of Simone, and like we've grown to love her like since season 2, and now she's gone, and I'm gonna miss her, and I hope somehow she pops up just so I can see her quickly and see Lando. But yeah, it's the end. It's the end of the show and also this episode. So thank you so much for listening, and I would say see you soon, or not even see you soon, I would say see you next episode or next week, but because it's the end, I don't know when my next episode will be. I mean, honestly, most likely it will still be next week, but just not for this. So again, thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you guys hopefully soon.